different pattern that we are used to, but in all, the purpose of this platform is to bring sermon to you at your most convenient time and your most convenient way, out of the regular masjid, and for you to engage. So I commit this program to you all, and next month it will be a different topic, a different resource person, and we're across the globe. Today, we'll be listening to our dear brother, who will be talking to us about how to sustain our marriages, and for those who are planning to get into one, how to make it good. I thank the leadership of NASFA for the opportunity we have to do this, and I hand over to the moderator so that we can get into the business of the day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, sir, for that brief remark. As he has said, it's going to be a continuous program that keep watching the space, keep making yourself available to listen to updates about programs that we'll have going for you. I know you are really looking forward to listening to us. So you are really wishing to listen to the lecturer. Before that, let me quickly have a very quick housekeeping for everyone. Once the lecturer will be taking over any second from now, we want to make it as interactive as possible. We would allow the lecturer to give us a brief introduction into the topic itself. He will be speaking to the topic for 30 minutes, and we will now make it as interactive as possible. I know that we all have questions. If you don't have your team, this should be listened to by both husband and wife and all other stakeholders in the relationship as well. So if you have pen and paper, get that ready, put your question together, drop them on the chat box. I'll be monitoring those questions. And after 30 minutes, we will have a 30-minute section whereby we ask questions, and our dear Ustaz will be giving us answers to those questions. So please, if I were you, I would listen carefully to the details of the discussion by our dear Ustaz. To introduce our Ustaz, allow me to call on our dear Imam. Imam Olagunju will be giving us, introducing the speaker for us within 2 minutes. Assalamu alaikum, Imam, sir. Imam Olagunju, sir. I'm not sure Imam Olagunju is online. Okay.
Imam Isbauddin Olagunju. All right, can you proceed?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, quite a number of us who are familiar with NASFAT knows our dear Ustaz, knows our doctor. He's a lover of NASFAT, and he's also a lover of NASFAT Youth Wing. We have done quite a lot of events with Imam, and every time we refer and we ask him we reach out to him, he often honor our invitation. We thank our dear Ustaz for that. Ustaz Dr. AbdulFattah Adeyemi is a transformational marriage counselor. He's a motivational speaker for singles and couples. He is a relationship-sensitive person who finds himself by counseling and caring for the needs of others. He has an intuitive ability to suit people's hearts. Imam is a natural teacher, is an Ustaz, is a person that conveys not only information to people, but he also with enthusiasm, with an uncanny ability to see what others miss. Allah has granted him the psychic with a natural ability to grasp the unity behind what appears to be separated. With over 300 lectures recorded to his credit, an active website for online counseling materials, when Ustaz AbdulFattah is not counseling, preaching, writing, training, mentoring, teaching, or learning, he would most be likely found to be spending quality time with his family. Isn't he a total package? He will be hanging with friends. He work on Islamic arts. He also he present inspirational program on TV as well, and he collaborate on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, our dear doctor is the founder and CEO of Baynakum Family Counseling Center based in FCT Abuja. He is also the director for counseling, art and culture with International Center for Islamic Culture Education in Abuja, Nigeria. I can go on and on and on and on and on, but the time has not permitted to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you my dear Ustaz Dr. AbdulFattah Adeyemi. Assalamu alaikum, Ustaz.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yes, alhamdulillah, it's a pleasure.
It's good to see you again, sir.
I think we saw last.
We met at Ibadan. That's correct. That's correct. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Thank you for honoring our request. You have the floor for 30 minutes, sir.
Or I've made one of the admin. So most of the medics is anyway can be then I will not be an admin so that I don't need to coming in.
I can barely understood what you said earlier. Can you repeat that, please, sir? Your line is a bit fluctuating.
Yeah. Yes. Please make him a co-host, please.
He is a co-host. He's a co-host.
I do not want to be a co-host. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Are you planning to share any documents, sir?
No. I'll just speak briefly for that 30 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. We will take that right off you now, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's all right, sir.
All right, alhamdulillah. Then let's see how far. But can you get my videos? Is it synchronizing with my voice?
A bit of lagging on it, but I think we are working on it. Yes, please. Can you please action Ustaz's request? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. If it happens that the video is not synchronizing, then I may switch off my video for a short while and come back again. But let's continue with our discussion all the same. I also believe that I hope we all have a good day today, and I pray Almighty Allah will continue to ease our tasks and bless us in all that we do. The topic to speak to is about diaries of busy couples. And let me begin by saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin, Sayyidina Muhammad, wa ala ahlihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. When we talk about diaries of busy couples, is there any connection between busy and business? We all know what we mean by business when we say somebody is doing a business. And that business seems to be connected to being busy, because both busy and business, they both come from the Old English word that's busy, which means to be careful or to be anxious or to be busy, to be occupied with something or to be diligent in what you do. The word business originally means to care for something. If someone says, what's your business in this matter? It means, what do you care? It means your occupation also. And it later evolved to also mean trade. To say I'm a businessman, mean I'm a trader. I either render services or I sell goods to people. So between business and that business and busy, there's a connection between them. I remember there's a hadith of that was narrated by Ubay ibn Umar, who said Abu Musa actually asked permission to come and see Umar, but Umar was very busy, so he went back. And Umar said, did I not hear this voice of Abdullah ibn Qais just now? They said, yes, he was here. What is he looking for? He said he saw that you were busy, so he went back. So Umar said they should call him, let him go. So when he came before Umar said, yes, I've been trying to ask you. You people normally do so and so thing. What is your proof for doing? Why do you do it? And that one said, we saw that the prophet did it, and the prophet taught us that we should do it. Particular action was not mentioned. And so Umar said, look, I'm going to deal with you today. If you don't have proof for what you are saying, if prophet didn't really say it, you are going to be in trouble with me today. So the Sahaba, Abdullah ibn Qais said, okay, let me bring some who are also witnesses to what happened. And he went to a group of the Ansar where they were gathered. He said, look, I'm in trouble with Umar. He said I should, bring a proof for so and so thing. So it so happened, it so happened that everybody got, agitated. And then Abu Sa'id al-Khudri now got up and came around and said, look, the prophet used to instruct Abu so and so thing, but you, Umar, you were not there at that time. So Umar said, this tradition of the prophet, it remained hidden from me. And he said, Alhani as-safku bil aswaq. Business in the market kept me busy, that I was not there when the prophet was saying it. Business from the market, business in the market kept me busy. And so that is to say that there's this connection between business and being busy. That's the point I'm trying to make. Business and being busy. There's that connection. So why do you feel busy all the time? Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that we feel busy all the time, even when we're actually not that busy? Please, for your information, I deliberately switch off my video so you can, you can hear me well because of network. So if you're overwhelmed, it can seem like all of us are busier than before. And the question is, are we really much busier? Are we truly, are we really, are we really busy, just like we normally claim that we are? You might assume that if you ask somebody, why are you always busy? Why do you always feel busy all the time? The person may just tell you that, anyway, I feel so much busier these days because I've got so much more to do. But the question is, what exactly is going on? Is it true that we have a lot to do, or we just, people who are addicted to being busy? And some people may say, well, if you know the kind of work I'm doing, you will know that I'm supposed to be a very busy person. So when somebody says he's busy, just ask, what exactly are you busy doing? Couples will not have time for each other. And you ask, excuse me, what exactly are you doing that is making you to be so busy? So the thing is, depending on what you do, in the former eras where people were only farming, when the activities of people were dominated by farming and manufacturing, labor could certainly be physically punishing because you have to obey certain limits. For example, you cannot harvest the crops before they are ready. If you are a farmer and you have planted, you can only be busy during the planting period. And after the planting, then you can go and relax. That was those days. Even those who are into production, manufacturing, when the materials are not there, then you can go and rest. But now we're in the era of knowledge work, and that has changed a lot of things. We live in an infinite world. There are always more incoming emails. There are more meetings to attend. There are more things to read, more ideas to follow. And the digital mobile technology means that you can easily crank through a few more to-do items at home. There's nothing like it is weekend. There's nothing like it is holiday. Because of technology, you may want to create content for those who do online marketing, online businesses. So everybody is busy. It's a 24 hours kind of a life that we live. And so what is the result of this technology in our being busy? We are beginning to feel overwhelmed. Each of us, we are finite human beings with finite energy and abilities, but we want to do it all. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we feel so much pressured like this. And with that kind of time pressure that is weighing us down, it is hardly surprising that we live with one eye on the clock. Everybody is being time conscious of what they want to do. And the problem is when you are too busy, you are more likely to make poor management choices. You are more likely to take on commitments that you cannot handle. And sometimes you are more likely to prioritize tasks that are not important. So a vicious spiral kicks in. Your feeling of busyness leaves you even busier than before. So is being busy a kind of mindset, or is it so real in our lives? A person may say that this kind of mindset of being busy has affected our leisure time. So even when we finally have 1 or 2 hours to rest, we still feel like we are not being productive. So we don't have leisure time. And if you look at it very well, historically, the ultimate symbol of wealth and achievement those days and social superiority was the freedom not to work. If you remember very well, the true badge of honor was leisure. You know somebody is of a high status when the person is not too busy, right? You remember that when they say this person is a big man, or this is a rich woman, or these are wealthy couples, it means they are not so busy. That is what it used to mean. But now, being busy has become the indicator of high status. It has become indicator. They say, okay, yes, excuse me, please, I would like to see you. Say, I'm very busy. Don't you know the position I occupy? I'm a very busy person. And people think being busy is the same thing as being important. Are you tracking what I'm saying now? People think the busier you are, the more important you are. I want you to look at politicians, for instance. You hardly see them. They hardly stay at home. They are holding one meeting after meeting, meeting after meeting, here and there, here and there. And they say that's a sign of being a big man. In my own opinion, and I want all of us, brothers and sisters in Islam, to re-examine this point very well, is being important the same thing as being busy? If you are so busy that you hardly have time for yourself and your family, does it not mean that you need to re-examine exactly what you are busy doing? Now, yes, thank you for that word, work smart. That is smart work. And I will give you an example of smart work and how this society has turned hard work into smart work and smart work into hard work. Take it for instance, it's so absurd what we do to ourselves. Let me give you an example of a gate man in an estate. When this gate man first started his job, he would stand by the gate for long hours to open and close the gate for every car driving in and out of the estate. Come rain, come shine. During the rain, he will wear his raincoat. He will hold an umbrella. He will come open the gate. He will close the gate. When it is sunny, you see him with umbrella, open the gate, close the gate. He was always there during peak hour. He was always standing by the gate when the traffic is less busy. So people were very happy for him. They were happy to pay his salary. The estate people will quickly contribute his salary at the end of the month. And then sometimes they throw him, some tip once in a while. Hey, Mr. I'm looking for a name I can call him. Okay, let's say Lookman. Yeah, they will say, Lookman, well done. How are you? They will tip him, give him 100 naira, give him 200 naira, give him 500 naira, because he was working very hard and everybody could see it. Then lo and behold, as Lookman got more familiar with technology, he opted to automate the gate and he installed sensors to the gate. So as you approach the gate will slide open by itself and close when you have passed. So Lookman could just sit in his gatehouse and be pressing his phone. He'll be chatting with his goons on WhatsApp. So then residents complained that Lookman is being lazy. They stopped giving him a tip. They stopped paying his money because they were complaining that he was receiving too much for doing nothing. And you would think that they should value regaining access through their gates more swiftly and more easily, But what they really wanted was to see the gate man putting in the time and effort, even if it meant seeing him laboring under the sun, pushing the gate open and shut every time. Now you see life there now. too often we also take a similar attitude, not only to other people, but also to ourselves. We measure our worth not by the results we achieve, but by how much of our time we spend doing something. You know, the time we spend doing is what makes us to think we are worthy. We measure our importance by virtue of being busy rather than by virtue of what we achieve at the end of the day. So we live frenetic lives, you know, because it makes us feel good about ourselves. To put it mildly, this makes no sense. It is, what's the other word for saying something makes no sense? It is nonsense, because why would somebody be feeling so good and important because he's busy and not necessarily because he's achieving something at the end of the day? So why, again, I ask you, why are you always tired? We all experience burnout because we do a lot of things. And with burnout comes depression. And with depression comes this lethargy and detachment. And burnout, like I've mentioned, is another way of expressing depression. It seems that burnout is a luxurious way or a luxury version of depression for people who are professionals. You say, I'm a very busy person, I'm very busy. You don't know that being too busy for your time, too busy for your life, can lead to depression via burnout. So some people even believe that exhaustion is a spiritual thing. When you begin to feel too exhausted, they think you have some genes or you have some sihr, that you have some magic working on you. Exhaustion, the doctors, the modern medicine have told us it's a symptom of a kind of fatigue they refer to as neurasthenia. Neurasthenia, that's what the doctors call it. It's a kind of disease that we eventually acquire when we become too busy to the point of exhaustion. So exhaustion has always been with us. People that were, before us also walked to exhaustion, but our own has become so much that it is now leading to depression in our lives. If you look at the lives of many people now, they are sad, they are depressed, they work hard and money is not coming. You know that kind of a thing. When you work hard and harder and harder, yet it doesn't add up. You sacrifice the time for your family, you sacrifice it to your job. At the end of it all, you don't even see the money to bring home for the family. You'll be like, what kind of thing is this now? Who has done this to me? Now, let me tell you, try to understand that being too busy is not a sign of wealth. Being too busy means that you are doing something wrong with your job. When you get too busy to the extent that you are exhausted, it means you are only working hard, you are not working smart. Now, let me give you some of the signs that will make you to know that you are actually addicted to being busy. Number one, you have a fear of missing out. Everybody's achieving things. People are changing their cars. Oh my God, when am I going to change my own? Everybody is achieving great heights. What am I going to do? That kind of thing. You feel as if you are missing out on what is happening, as if life is passing you by. Whenever you have that fear that everybody is going to buy all the cars in this world, only you will not be able to buy, then that means you are overworking, you are being busy, and you are addicted to being busy. Number two, you are trying to avoid negative emotions, or sometimes you are trying to dodge family demands. You see people who occupy all of their time with work, and they will be avoiding difficult issues in their families. They will not want to resolve family problems, rather they run away from the families. And then there will be relationship breakdown because they don't even have time to resolve their issues. A man that has libidinal issue, he has problem, spending good time with his wife, he will put the lie, the excuse on the neck of his job. I know some men that would travel because they will say they are going on study leave or going for conference and stuff like that, just to avoid being at home. You need to go home and resolve issues with your wife instead of running up and down. So if you see that you are trying to avoid going home, you are trying to avoid negative emotions, that means something is wrong. You are addicted to being busy. Number three, you strive too much for success, because as far as you are concerned, you think that being busy is what brings success and being less busy is what brings failure. Because of this mindset, you get addicted to being busy because you also want to become successful. Number 4, you are seeing being busy as a status symbol. Like I said earlier on, you feel important, you feel so important because you are busy. Please tell our politicians, in fact, tell also our afars, our imams, tell them that being too busy is not a sign of importance. If you are important and you are, and you understand how life works, you see that your job is supposed to be less and less. Leaders should not be too busy in a way of trying to show they're important. And I see people working in the bank also behave like this. They get so busy and they also feel important because they're so busy. Astaghfirullah. Don't be addicted to being busy. Another reason that may show that you are addicted to being busy is you feel guilty sometimes, and sometimes you feel worthless when you are doing nothing. Gone are those days when people knew how to rest. So if you see that you keep feeling guilty because you have some time on your hand, or you feel worthless because you are not doing anything, that means you are addicted to being busy. Then number 6, if you are bad at relaxing, then you are going to be addicted to being busy. Or being bad at relaxing will be a sign that you are addicted to being busy. If you ask some of us to relax now, we don't even know how to relax. We don't know how to rest. And let me give you my own personal example. Somebody once asked, Ustaz, you are always very busy. How do you rest? How do you relax? I said, I relax now. How do you relax? I said, well, I read books. He said, no, that's not relaxation. I said, okay, I watch TV sometimes. He said, no, that's still not relaxation. I said, but oh boy, what will I be doing now? He said, relax. That's what I said. And from then on, I started learning what it meant to actually relax. Honestly, many of us are guilty of this. We don't know how to relax. Husband and wife, if you lock them up in the house now, they will be confused. They will not even know what to do with their time. Unless they are doing bedroom business, they cannot just sit down and somebody will say, what are you doing? You say, I'm relaxing. We don't know how to relax because we are all addicted to being busy. So how can you balance your relationship and career? Number 1, be with the right partner. This is very, very important. You need to ensure that you are with someone who is understanding, someone who knows the type of job you are doing. If you are a banker, your spouse has to know that you're a banker. If as a woman, you work in the bank, of course, your husband should not expect hot lunch every time because you may not even be around to eat the lunch and she will not even be around to make it for you. So let your partner be understanding. This is one of the ways through which you can balance your career and your love life. Be with the right partner. Number 2, set boundaries between work, job, and business, and then your relationship. You know what I mean by this? It's not everybody that goes to office and do 9 to 5, Some people say they are self-employed. Some people say they have their own businesses. The problem I have with that is sometimes you don't know the opening time and your closing time. Take, for instance, a lady that is doing confectionery, baking cakes and stuff like that. This lady will wake up 12 midnight and start making dough mixing dough to bake cake the following morning. Excuse me, where's the opening time? Where's the closing time? If you cannot set boundaries between your job and your relationship, then you may find it very difficult to cope with this being busy of a thing. In other words, let there be opening time, let there be closing time. When you are at home, be at home completely and fully. And when you are in your place of work, be in your place of work. However, like I mentioned, the importance of understanding your partner, well, it means that you have to know what each other does, and you should be able to find ways around it. Then you have to understand your particular kind of work or business. You have to also create time for each other. And if possible, use technology for job and household drudgery. There's nothing wrong in microwaving your food once in a while if you see you are too busy. There's nothing wrong in using technology to make life easy for yourself. As a very busy woman, at least you should also have washing machine so that life will be much easier for you. Then, very importantly, communicate regularly with your partner. You can send text messages during the day when you are busy. You can check on each other. You can send, all sorts of nice messages to each other. And Another thing is you should plan vacations and staycations. You know what I mean by vacations? Many of us, we knew vacation last time when we were in secondary school, where they say we go on holiday. That's the last time we heard of vacation. When we grew up and we started working, we don't know vacations anymore. But if you cannot go on vacation, then you should have staycation. Staycation is a situation where you stay at home, you and your wife, or you hang out together or hang around within their house without traveling, so that you know that you put work aside and then you stay together with each other. Then set goals together, know what you want to do with your life. It's not enough to just be working and working and working, being busy without being productive. You should also understand that you are not the same as your job, and your life is not dependent on how busy you are. So in a nutshell, the bottom line is, why are we always busy? We're always busy chasing deadlines and dreams, so much so that we forget to live in the moment to enjoy the simple things of life. We are always busy filling our calendars and our minds. We neglect to nurture our relationship, to give and to receive love in kind. We are always busy seeking success, busy seeking fame, busy wanting to pay bills, so much so that we lose sight of our true selves to play the worldly game, the game of being alive, and the joy of having a spouse. We are always busy, but what are we busy for? What do we do when we are busy? We need to pause and reflect to find our inner core. We are always busy, but we can choose to slow down, to appreciate the beauty of life, to smile instead of to frown. Sometimes we need to pause, to take a break from the noise, to listen to our inner voice so that we can find our true poise in life. Sometimes we need to pause so that we can breathe. We can breathe. We can breathe in the fresh air so that we can appreciate the beauty around us, to show that we care for the people around us, so that we can breathe the fresh air and appreciate the children, the wife, the husband that we have with us, the families that we have, and we'll be able to show them the love and care that we promised each other as at the time we were getting married. Sometimes we need to pause to reconnect with ourselves, to discover our passions in order to fulfill our purpose. Sometimes we need to pause to remember what matters most in our lives, to cherish our loved ones, and to live in the present, not in the past, and not being worried about the future. And then we need to pause, because having a pause is not a sign of weakness, but a source of strength. Pause is not a waste of time, it's a gift of opportunity. Pause is not a lack of ambition, but it's a mark of wisdom. Pause is not a surrender to destiny or to fate, but it's a choice of freedom. So when we pause, we give ourselves the chance to see things clearly, to feel things deeply, to think things differently. When we pause, we open ourselves to new possibilities, to new perspectives, to new insights. When we pause, we empower ourselves to act intentionally and to speak authentically and to live meaningfully. So pause is not an escape from reality, but pause is an embrace of reality. Pause is not an end in itself, but it's a means to an end. But pause is not a luxury for the few, but it's a necessity for all of us. Pause is not a burden to bear, but a joy to share. So with the information we have mentioned along the line, you might agree that knowing how to balance work and relationship is not as difficult as people think it is. You only need to have the right mindset to understand that it is not just for you to be busy, busy, busy. You have to ask yourself, what exactly are you busy doing? And whatever you are busy doing, is it worth to sacrifice your family with? Now, if family is very important to you, you must strike a balance between being busy and spending good time with your family. So I hope that some of these tips will be useful for us, and I hope that we are going to take time to digest them, and we begin to implement them in our lives, especially to change our mindset about being busy. Please pause. May Allah make it easy for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wow. at the point when we are about to actually pause, the lecture got to pause. Mashallah, that is really good to actually listen to. And it's really good to have such discussion within our ummah to understand the essence of vacation, the essence of looking after oneself, the essence of, someone will say, me matter, I matter more, you know, self-love. How do you look after yourself? How do you pause? How do you excuse yourself from being busy? How do you remove yourself from all the noise around you? Thank you very much, Ya Ustaz, for that amazing discussion. We've looked into stressing too much. Does that equate to success? Being busy, is that a status symbol? Does that mean that I'm highly important? People are calling me left, right, and center. You know, what does it mean to your personal life? What does it mean to your family? What does it mean to your wife and to your kids? Are your kids able to see you at home? Do they know that you actually exist? Some father will leave home at 4 a.m. in the morning and they won't be back until 1 a.m. or say 11 p.m. at night. The kids get to see them maybe once in a week. You know, is that the right way of life? Thank you very much, Ya Ustaz, for that. Now, as I said to you, we will be getting into questions and answer. Please, let's get our questions out. And please, if you would like to ask questions, you can raise your hand. You will be acknowledged. Or alternatively, what you can also do is you can actually drop your questions on the chat and we'll pick that up as well, inshallah. That being said, sir, I have a question. Well, a few questions actually. We've defined busy to the aspect of working. Sir, are you with me, sir?
Yes.
We've defined busy to the aspect of working and working. Most of our sisters happen to be full housewife sometimes, or most times, sometimes now. Now, how do we define busy with respect to family or domestic work or domestic issue? You know, you have the husband has gone 8 o'clock in the morning, back at 7 p.m., and he found the house a bit dirty here and there. And the first thing he will say is, Kilo Shilataro. You know, that is quite common to most men. They say things like that. How do we balance that? How do we explain that this is actually being busy?
Thank you. Should I answer that quickly?
Yes, please.
You know, I mentioned drudgery earlier on. That is where you have most of the things you do. Permit me to switch off the video so you can hear me well.
That's fine.
Where you have most of the things you do, technology can actually assist you to do it. Now, when a woman is full-time housewife, we should understand that that's also a full-time job too. Enough of this feminist view of saying that the woman is at home doing nothing. Look, who told you that the woman must labor? Who told you a woman must work? It's the job of the man to provide for her. If she does any work, she's doing that because of her professionalism, or she's doing that work so that she can have money to pay her own zakat. Now, let's take that very, very straight. So the other thing which I want us to understand in order not to drag this question too much is, brother, you agree with me that we learn a lot of things in life, but people hardly learn how to be full-time housewives.
Yeah.
A person can get degree in mathematics, in biochemistry, in banking and finance, in marketing, in trading, in manufacturing. You can get a degree even in psychology, in anything, but nobody gets a degree in being a housewife. I will not say that many housewives have gotten it right. Many of them are still making mistakes. They don't know how to actually occupy their time effectively. So I want to suggest, as a response to that, that either through NASPAT or any other means we can, let us make it point of duty to organize workshops and trainings for these full-time housewives. Even if these workshops and trainings are going to be online, let them learn how to manage their time, how to manage themselves. If they want to be earning a living, they can do that even in the house. There are so many online jobs now. There are so many online businesses that people can do now. So I want to suggest that let's have some trainings for these women, because what they do, the society cannot pay them for it. These women are paragons of domestic efficiency. These women look after the children, they look after themselves, they look after their husbands, they look after the home. Even if they have 3 or 4 house helps, you'll see that the work at home doesn't finish, because she will cook, she will wash, before she now have the time to take care of herself. These women are doing a lot. So nobody should look down on their status because they are not in the labor market, jumping here and there or going to do 9 to 5. For those who do 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong if that's what you want to do. But if you ask women very well, most women will prefer that they have the money to spend around, to enjoy themselves, to have a good life, and to also be able to slave for their husband. No woman like to be a laborer saying yes sir to other people's husbands outside. So I want the men to take it upon themselves to be understanding of the role these women are playing, and possibly organize training for them so that this time of theirs will be worth the while. In fact, if you are going to ask me, either through NASFAT University or through the NASFAT Asalatu groups, let us organize this workshop to the extent that we even give them certificates when they are finished. That should be a kind of certificate, if not a degree on its own. To be a full-time housewife is a very, very difficult job to do. I want a man to stay at home for 1 week and see what this thing is, what it feels like to stay at home, have to look after children, especially when the children are small. Astaghfirullah. Sorry for taking your time on that.
Thank you very much, sir. I can say on behalf of men that staying at home for a day, we know that the woman will get calls like 15 times. Where did you put salt? I'm sure they'll be calling them left and right. So we thank our mothers for that amazing job. There's a question here. I will take a couple of hands that are raised in a minute, but there's another question, just to serve as a devil advocate here. We are advocating for rest. But the problem is that the economy is not resting on us. There's a lot of pressure left and right and center. My question is, the question for someone on the chart, how do one balance the economical pressure and family pressure, taking Nigeria economy situation as a case study? The questioner wants to take Nigeria as a case study. I will take UK as a case study. That even one take-home salary in the UK sometimes might not be taking you to anywhere. You know, it might not even be fulfilling with everything rising, you know, interest rates rising, everything rising all over the place. Is it advisable to just base your income on just one income, or do you need to take more? I think that's more of the questions that the questioner is asking.
Thank you very much for that very beautiful question. The person who asked it and you that read it out. You see, to rest in the face of economic pressure may seem to be so daunting, if not impossible. But please, let us all listen to this. I want to tell us. All of our viewpoints about life generally, we derive them from the Western viewpoint alone, only. Everything about life, what constitutes wealth, what constitutes rest, what constitutes work, what constitutes labor, what constitutes payment of bills, we only learn them from the Western viewpoint alone. I want us to not limit the scope of our knowledge to only what the Western people tell us about 7 to 7 work or 5 to 9 work. I have been privileged to travel to some Middle Eastern countries. And I see that there are women there, they look fresher, they look better, their minds are more at rest, even when their husbands are earning what is not up to 1/10 of what we earn. If you go to the Asian countries, I've not been there before, but I have many friends from places like China, Indonesia, Malaysia, and I do ask them some of these questions too. I observe that it's because of our own westernized way of looking at things that makes life to be so. Western ideology is based on capitalism. don't forget. And everything you have to work hard to pay through your nose, because it's a very awkward system that is not compatible with human nature. No woman likes to wake up on Monday morning and go to work. She's supposed to be fixing her nails. She's supposed to be making her hair. She's supposed to be reading magazines. She's supposed to be looking for gossips on Instagram. Not to go to one job and be laboring. At the end of it all, her bills are still not paid. Look, my brother, even if we join our payments 20 times, it will still not be able to suit us in a capitalist economy. So I want to throw this question back to all of us as a challenge. Let us explore. How do people do in other climes, in other civilizations? How do their women survive? How do the men survive? Number one, food and medical and medics and many other things like that are made available to the people. So I want to suggest, because many of us are still there with the Western way of thinking, that, well, you still have to find ways of making life easy for yourself. Even in the West, they don't pay you for your physical exertion. They pay you for what your brain can do. And it is a challenge to all of us to begin to look or think outside the box on what we can actually do that can augment our incomes without us breaking the bank, without us, husband and wife, organizing money heist in order to survive. So this is my challenge. Everybody should try and see what you can do. But no matter what you do, capitalism will always be capitalism. What of Islamism? Why don't we look into ways that Sharia will make it easy for you to do halal businesses, to live simple life, to do halal things, not to want to impress anyone, not to want to surprise other people, not to want to live up to the Joneses, not to want to be so materialistic the way some of us are. There's difference between materialism and actually having a good life. So I think, in my own opinion, we should strive more towards middle course and to look for good life for ourselves. It's a very difficult quagmire, I'm telling you. I can only just say it like this, but I know some people are neck deep into this Western capitalism. But let us begin to remove ourselves gradually so that life will be a lot easier for us, especially because of our families. These same families we are trying to provide for, we are alienated from our families. And in the Western world, they don't care what happens between you and your wife. They don't care whether you live with love and mercy. All they know is come to work and pay your tax. May Allah make it easy for us.
Amen. Amen. I think one of the things I picked from your response, sir, is we put unnecessary pressure on ourselves for no reason. Unnecessary pressure. There is quite a lot of things going on Instagram now that people will say, can you rate what you are wearing? I found that extremely disgusting. Can you rate what you are wearing? Somebody will now say, my wristwatch costs 15 million. My hair costs 39,000 million. My nail costs this. We put all this pressure on ourselves and we transfer that into our life. And that means that we are chasing shadows of what we cannot even afford. Who cares if you shop at, where is this place close to Abuja, Katangwa? Who cares? You've covered yourself. You are looking good. You're fit for purpose. You are moving forward. If you can afford it, do it. I'm not saying don't go for luxury side of life. If you can afford it, do so. Over here, we have places called Primark. Primark will sell you cheap stuff that are fit for purpose. Why do you need to make yourself break the bank? You said money heist. Why do I have to steal for me to be able to meet up with life needs? And thank you very much for that. Hopefully, maybe we will take this on board and do better. I'll take Princess MKO, please. Ma, can you unmute yourself, please, ma? Princess MKO, please. Okay. Do I have Babatunde Raouf? Do you want to ask a question, or you are okay? Princess MKO.
She might need permission to unmute.
Okay.
Yes, all of those whose hands
Salam
are up.
They
alaikum.
have been unmuted. They've been unmuted.
Wa
Thank you
alaikum
very
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, please let me take Princess MKO first. Mr. Rauf. Go on, madam.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. AbdulFattah. This is so wonderful. You know, like Brother Keji was saying, and you were saying about we're all full of materialistic things, especially our women, you know, because if somebody is bringing you a Shoebi of 1,000 in US, $1,200, Shoebi, you know, and you're working 24 hours just because you want to buy that Shoebi, and you're not going to take time for your family, for your husband. You're just working because you want to buy a Shoebi, you know. And I had a case with a sister. She has a restaurant. She works 7 days. And I told her one day, I said, Auntie Longa, why are you working every day? You need to take some rest. You know what? After 2 weeks, I spoke to her. She was in the hospital. They had to admit her into the hospital. You know, so we just need to get away with all this materialistic stuff that so that we can better take care of ourselves. Thank you so much for this lecture. Thank you. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ma. I will take that as a comment. Let me take, so I will come back to you for response to that. Let me take Babatunde Rauf, if he's still willing to ask question. If he's not, let me take Engineer M.A. Zakaria. Briefly, please. Let's, within a minute, please. Your question should be within a minute. Go on, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I actually am sending my salam to the presenter. May Allah preserve him for us and increase him in knowledge.
Amen.
He made mention about workshop for women, and actually made mention about a lot of online jobs that women can do. I think my question is, if Malan can highlight what are the opportunities that women can actually be doing online to actually keep themselves busy, because many women today actually want to add to what they are doing in addition to the home chores that they are doing. They appreciate what are the online jobs that are available that they can actually engage. I think one man should add true light on that. That's my question.
All right, thank you very much. I will allow Stas to answer everything together. My dear brother Tajuddin Olashupo, please unmute yourself, sir. Olashupo, bismillah, sir.
Well, Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Rakil, thank you for okay. Ustaz, I want to thank you for this presentation. Alhamdulillah. I want to ask, how do we relax with our wife? Because you keep mentioning technology. You said we can use microwave sometimes, and part of technology is our phone. And if you ask me, I would say phone is one of the problems we are having about this realization of the thing. So how do we relax with our wives? Please, you need to enlighten us.
You mean relax with your wife without bedroom engagement? Is that what you mean? Ustaz, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah. May Allah reward you all abundantly. Somebody, by the way, asked whether playing golf, table tennis, and the rest, whether they are forms of relaxation. Yes, I really want to strongly recommend it for husband and wife to play these things once in a while. There's something I said somewhere, and some brothers were not happy with it when I said it. I said this Ludo game that people used to play, I said husband and wife can play it, and some people were trying to quote FQ for me. And I also believe that once in a while, computer games are not only for children; they are the ones husband and wife can play. If you can, explore, you are going to see the world of things husband and wife can do together. I also think seeing very good movie can also work. For those of you who have some of this brand modern day movie setup, I don't want to mention their names. Both of you can sit down, watch a series, a very nice series. Yes, thank you, S.A. Sanusi. Enjoy nature, take a walk. If you are not living in a place that is all concrete here and there. So playing golf, I remember one of my own wives, we used to go and play golf together. And sometimes it's a very wonderful experience. I will not tell you the kind of game I play with each of them, and each of them is an adept in each of this. And I'm very proud to say it, because I want people to also learn from something like this, if it is possible, for you to have a certain game with which you relax with your wife. Somebody also asked, what exactly is relaxation? Relaxation is a state of being free from tension and anxiety. Being free from tension and anxiety. That's relaxation. I remember a dua of the Prophet, where the Prophet taught us to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal hazan. You know what that means? Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from sadness and anxiety. From sadness and anxiety. Sadness over what has passed and anxiety over what lies in future. This is a very beautiful dua of the Prophet. So if you do ta'awud, you see Allah, seek Allah's protection from anxiety and and sadness, then you need to like come out of it by taking time out to relax. Then my brother asked, what online business can we recommend for housewives? There are plenty. The boku. If you look for, pick your AI, ChatGPT, or any of them like that, just ask. You'll be shocked to see that there are so many of them that are available there. Then how do we relax with our wives when there is telephone everywhere? Husband will be pressing phone, wife will be pressing phone, and they feel they're relaxing. You see, this is another problem that we have wrought on ourselves with technology. It doesn't have to always be that you throw away your phone. But once in a while, even if husband and wife are holding phones, they can still be interacting, speaking and commenting on social media, commenting, on social issues, commenting on the things that they post. There are some very nice lectures of Mufti Mink that you can find the reels, very short, brief, and deep. You can also indulge in that. But let me tell you this. I want to suggest that we should once in a while, we normally fast Mondays and Thursdays. Let us begin to do phone fasting also. A situation where you fast from your phone for some hours. If you cannot survive a full day, yes, I can understand. But when you are together with your wife, can you please do the kind of job that you can be away from your phone for 12 hours? Can you please look for a kind of job that they will not be calling you every minute? Either you are into a private business, or just imagine what Princess just mentioned just now. The example of the lady who was working 7 days a week. Awuzu be like 7 days a week. No day to rest, no day to relax. Haba. What kind of life is that? It is slavery, it is laboring. And this, our body is not designed to do that. So I want to employ all of us to please try, do phone fasting once in a while. Start from after Fajr and don't pick up your phone until after Maghrib. Let husband and wife spend this time together. Now, it may be very awkward just looking at each other and blinking. you don't even know what to discuss. Awuzu will be like husband and wife. And if you know how these people were chatting before they married, they will chat 24/7. Now that they are married, they don't even know what to discuss again. Is because you have been far away from each other. Let us all try. Do this fasting and spend time together. Look, even if you don't have anything to do, I do recommend sometimes, please quarrel. If you don't have any other thing to do together, quarrel together. Tell your husband, Abu, please get ready. When you come home tonight, I want us to quarrel. Yes, go home with the mindset that, okay, now I'm sitting down now. Let us quarrel. What do you want us to quarrel about? Give me a topic. Okay, we need to pay school fees. Is that all? I will not pay. I will pay. I will not pay. Borrow me. I borrowed you last time. You didn't pay back. Look, banter, talk, discuss, chat, and do stuff together. And if Allah blesses you, you have your own house. Your house is not completed without a table tennis. Please try, husband and wife. If Allah blesses you with this is awesome. This is excellent. And finally, on this, I want us to try our masjids. I said it somewhere, and some people were almost trying to shave my beard for saying it. Our masjids needs to be relaxing. we need to have a small gymnasium around the corner of the masjid. We need to have a table tennis beside the ablution area in the masjid. We need to have a space where the ladies can play lawn tennis after a salatu in the masjid. This is where we train ourselves to now go home and continue to practice what we have learned from the masjid. NASFAT is foremost in this, in bringing husband and wives together. Husband and wife will come to NASFAT together, they will do a salatu together. There's also the socializing part of a salatu, which is excellent. But when we get home, we don't do these things anymore. So let us begin from our salatu grounds. Let's begin from our masjid, especially those of you who are in a place where these things can be instituted. I want somebody amongst us here. There's one person amongst us here who can actually buy table tennis and place it somewhere where young people can play, where ladies can play, ladies to ladies, where they can play, and where husband and wife can play these games. Islam is a deen of istirah. It's a deen of relaxation. Islam is a deen of calming down. And that's why when we are making salat, we are supposed to calm down. The whole world is crazy now because they don't know what to do. And people are even doing yoga. A Muslim doesn't need yoga because you have your salat. So if we do this, it's going to be a lot easier for us. My brother, is there anything wrong if we have a basketball dunking net somewhere beside the masjid?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
If there's maybe some part of the wall of where we do a salatu, can't we have basketball nets there and let people dunk after a salatu?
Mm-hmm.
I think these are the things we are missing in Islam. We are too serious and we are too busy, and life is passing us by, and it is creating tension in the marriages. Let us remove this tension and pressure. If we can try, our children will begin to learn from us. And why not? Instead of Ludo game is allowed, tell anybody I said so if it is played between husband and wife and it doesn't involve any betting. And if Allah wills, rather than husband and wife to go home and start fighting and quarreling, let them settle their score with a table tennis
challenge.
Thank
you, Ustaz. I really appreciate this last comment. I can tell you, we have NASFAT has 2 masajids in the UK. We have one in London and we have one in Manchester. Both masajids, I can tell you, we both have table tennis there. And when we go to Salatu at 10 o'clock in the morning, we don't go back until 7 or 8 p.m. at night. Because it's not as if we are doing a Salatu all through. What we are doing, we bring out the table tennis and we start playing. And that is amazing. Just like what NASFAT Youth Wing is trying to do to construct basketball courts, a standard basketball court in Fountain University. You know, these are the things that we are thinking, and we appreciate that you made mention of it. We still need some form of support, financial support, to bring this into light. You know, anybody who wants to support the team, you know, you can reach out to any of your youth members. They can get this done as well for us, inshallah. As you said, phone fasting, I can tell you this is a huge one. It's a huge one. Phone fasting, you said from Fajr to Maghrib. That's a bit extreme, Sheikh.
Some people will die before that time.
But we'll see what we can do about that. And I can also say some couples, the best time they actually talk to one another or to each other is when they are actually quarreling. You know, when they're trying to settle their dispute. That is when they actually talk more, you know. And as you said, Ustaz said, pick up a fight. Don't go and pick a mighty fight that you cannot resolve. You know, pick your battle bit by bit, you know. Don't go on a World War III kind of fight, you know. Thank you very much, Ustaz. I think at this junction, if there is no other question, I would like to invite our dear father, the Chief Missioner of NASFAT, to give us a brief remark before we hear our last remark. Chief Missioner, sir, are you there, sir? Assalamu alaikum.
And please see and make a special dua for Dr. Adeyemi for this good deed of his. May Allah reward him.
I'm not sure if I saw him earlier. I'm not sure if he's still there. Still here. Salek is here.
I can't find him. Okay, he's back there. He's there. He's there.
Yeah, we've seen him. Yes, please make him.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Yeah.
You might need to unmute yourself, sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. We recorded another feat in NASFA today. We have been organizing webinars in the past. Never have we reached the level of recording 301 participants. Today we made a mark. The number of participants that have attended this program at a point in time reached 301. That is amazing. That is very great. We thank Allah for what Allah is using us to learn the party for. And I pray that Almighty Allah to continue to strengthen our society.
Amen.
From the time about the National Party, I want to appreciate Dr. AbdulFattah. You have spoken the language that people will understand. You have dealt with the topic. You are taking us to the University of Marriage. And people have learned a lot from your presentation today. We thank you so much for what you have done for us today. And I pray to Allah to add it to your scale of good deeds on the day of Qiyamah.
Amen.
Because people are missing the point. If you get the family institution right, every other thing will fall in line. If you can apply the lessons that you have brought out today to their lives, I know their life will not be the same again positively. And I want to urge you to release the source copy of this material, of this lecture, for us to share on our platform. And I'm telling you on behalf of the organizers that this will not be a one-off thing. We are making you one of our resource persons in NASFAT, inshallah. This is not your first time for being our guest. And each time you appeared on our program, you are always like this. You have never been disappointed. You wouldn't know how many lives you have touched today with your presentation. May Allah reward for what you have done. And may Allah continue to spare your life for us. If we have people like you in large number in our deen, some of the challenges we are facing in society will not be there. The way you are breaking it down, without speaking so much Arabic language, without quoting so much passages of words, passages of the Quran and hadith, you have passed your message to the audience. May Allah reward you. I say once again, on behalf of the entire members of the National Party worldwide, on behalf of the Executive Council of NASFAT, on behalf of the BOT of NASFAT, the Council of Elders, the Mission Board, I say Jazakumullahu khaira. Jazakumullahu khaira. Jazakumullahu khaira. May Allah be with you. May Allah strengthen you. May Allah increase you in knowledge. May Allah increase you in taqwa. May Allah increase you in iman. Whatever you have left to come and attend to this program, may Allah take care of them. Better than you will have taken care of it by yourself. And may Allah make your children be better than you in all ramifications. Jai Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. My attention has just been drawn to the fact that we, as a matter of fact, recorded 304 participants on this program. And that is a wow. That's a wow. It's a record-breaking program. Once again, I thank the anchorman all the way from the UK. I thank Dr. Dapayola. I thank the members of the team, organizing team of NMI, Imam Raji, Imam Olagunju, and all those who contributed one way or the other to ensure that we recorded success on today's program. May Allah reward all of you abundantly. And may Allah add what you have done today to a scale of good deeds on the day of Qiyamah. Jazakumullahu khairan. You have taken us to another level, and we pray that you continue to go higher and higher and higher. Allahumma tamatana bi du'aik wa tana bi ijabatik wa kaidana kama amartana wajbina kama watana ya dhal jalali wal ikrami innaka la tukhlifu al mi'ad wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Sallu ala nabiyil kareem.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jazakumullahu khairan, sir. We appreciate the kind words and the prayer that you've done for us. Quickly, before we wrap it up, let me call on our mother, no other person than our dear Alhaja Nafisa Rugundade for our vote of thanks. Alhaja, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We all agree that's been a wonderful time, a worthwhile period together with our brother, our stars, Alhaji AbdulFattah Adeyemi. I will start our thanks with him for making this period a worthwhile for all of us that have the opportunity of being here today. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you for the much takeaway we have from this excellent presentation. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about making life meaningful. I know that many of us will join me in saying, Jazakumullahu khairan. We say to you and the organizers of this program. It's been this is a new program, online Dawa from NASFAT. We thank the NEC, especially our president, for this initiative that makes it, we have 3 programs on the online Dawa. This is one of it, and then we all agree that yes, it's worthwhile having this time together. NASFAT is stepping up Dawa in the society, and we are reaching out to everyone. I've seen so much comments, people asking when next, how will this be? Please be assured that NASFAT is integrating Dawa than ever before, and we should all be part of it. Learn much about Islam from the comfort of your home or the convenient place you are. On this note, I want to say big thank you to the organizers, to NEC executive for making it easy for us. And we would also like to appreciate the role played by NASFAT Missionary Institute, being led by our chief missioner, no other person than Alhaji Sheikh Imam Onike. We appreciate you so much, sir. Our anchor person, you have made the presentation, the session so good. It's an awesome one. We appreciate everyone. And those that find time to come and spend time to learn more about Islam, I congratulate you once again. And I say thank you for sparing your time and data. I know you will not regret doing this. So please look out for another edition. It's going to be NASFAT, part of the vision this time around, or the focus is health, education, livelihood, and Dawa. And we are really making sure that we are taking Dawa to greater heights. Not only as Salatu, like get Dawa at any convenient place you are, apart from when you get to a Salatu of Masjid. On this note, I say thank you to everyone, and we thank Almighty Allah for making this possible for us. This is truly a life-changing lecture. I have learned a lot, and I know it is going to impact on any of us, all of us. Please share it, step it down to those around you, and make sure you make good use of it. Yes, we want a better society, and NASFAT continue to nurture a better society. Jazakumullahu khairan to everyone. We thank Almighty Allah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, for this opportunity. Thank you, Brother Keji. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, my dear mother, for that. There have been quite a lot of questions about where can we get the recording. People are sharing their email addresses and things like that. I can tell you that The recording will be live on NASFA TV on YouTube. You can watch it back on NASFA TV. Give us a few hours for us to be able to upload it. Hopefully, inshallah, by tomorrow morning, you can start watching it from NASFA TV on YouTube. You will find the full event on NASFA TV and all other events also of the Dawa series on NASFA TV as well. I want to thank everybody that have contributed to the success of this. Thank you very much. We ask Allah to continue to reward you. Check the chat group as well. There are a few things being shared on the chat group as well for the recording. So feel free to engage on that. My name is Abdulrahim KG. I would like to call on our dear Ustaz Uthman Jaji to give us a closing dua. Before we go, Ustaz, do you have any words, any final word that you'd like to say before we wrap it up? You are muted, sir. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now, sir.
All right. So I just want to thank the organizers. I want to thank all, and especially Asfat. May Allah continue to preserve him and continue to elevate him. And all of us who have taken our time, like Hajia said just now, you spend your time, you spend your data to listen to this. May Allah continue to bless you. This, we have just said this to remind us of what we need to do. Let us all just try the best of what we can. But the parting word I want for all of us is this. The Prophet ﷺ used to say, let those who are not there pass it on to those, let those who are there pass it on to those who are not there. So if you are here today and you benefited from this, it's an amana on you to see that you pass it on to others. Even if you are not able to do so, at least practice the best of it. Anyone that resonates with you, please put it to practice in your life. And I pray Allah is going to make it all to be easy for us, and may Allah accept it from all of us. I feel very honored, and I'm really grateful that you gave me this opportunity to address all of you like this. I look forward to further opportunities in future, because I do enjoy myself a lot. Whenever I'm with NASFAT, I feel at home, and it's a very big family that I'm proud to be part of. May Allah continue to bless all of us where we are. May Allah make life easy for us. Those who are going through difficulties, may Allah make it easy for them. And those who are going through marital turbulence in one form or the other, may Allah help them to overcome the trials. And may Allah ease all of our tasks. May Allah look at the al-barakah of this, our gathering this evening. Whatever our requests before Almighty Allah are, may Almighty Allah grant our request and please answer our prayers. Thank you so very much indeed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for the parting word. Can I have Imam Uthman Jaji, please, for closing dua? Imam Uthman, are you there, sir? Can we unmute Imam, please?
Can we get his ID or just a hand? Raise his hand, please. I can't find him.
I have him here. He's Imam Uthman. Okay. I just searched for him now and I found him. Imam Uthman.
Let him unmute. Let him unmute.
Imam Uthman, you can unmute now. Please unmute yourself now, sir. I think maybe it's not there anymore. Just quickly going through who I have here. Just bear with me a second.
He is. I've moved him as sub-host.
Yeah, but he's not muting himself. I'm not sure if he's talking. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Okay, just 1 second. Yes, I guess I'm coming back to you.
Now.
Yes, Bismillah. You can give us closing dua, please.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah who made it possible from the planning stage. He made us actualize it. And not only actualizing it, but got some of the best nuggets we've ever gotten since we started attending to most of these online Dawah series. We pray Allah to, just like the CM said and our mother just prayed, to continue to increase our brother, our friend, our facilitator, who at every particular time we call upon him is ever there to support the cause, both for the family and to the enhancement of the Ummah. We pray may this be an hujjah for him on the day of Qiyamah, not against him. We pray and thank all those that have joined us today. May Allah continue to guide us, keep us in the path of the deen, and increase our course towards understanding him better, so that we can impact and leave this world better than we have met it. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا متقين إماما. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على النبي الكريم.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Thank you, everyone. NDO, we would like to get form for ES, mission board form for ES as well.
Thank you, everyone. See you next month, inshallah.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, KG. Thank you for your job well done. Thank you.